Welcome to my channel. So now in today class we have to discuss with that basics of computer. What is a computer? Computer is an electronic device which can processing the whatever the input you have to given the raw information. So to take the raw information and it gives the meaningful output. So first the computer is implemented by Charles Babbage in 1822, in the year of 1822. So mainly the overview of this computer completely the computer first we have to divide into two parts. One is the hardware and the second one is the software. So what is the hardware? So what are the components and what are the devices, electronic devices you have to combine that you have to represent it as hardware. So in the hardware mainly we have the three parts. For example, whenever you have to consider the computer with the hardware, so you can discuss with the input devices and CPU and output devices. So here in the input devices mainly whatever you have to give an input to the computer, that is simply you can call it as input devices. So it gives the only electronic information you have to sending the data, that is the electromagnetic either zeros or ones only you have to sending this data to the computer. So whenever you have to for example you have to consider the input devices, you have to typing the data in high level devices, high level languages you have to enter the data, but this data you have to convert it into digital form. So why? Because the computer can understand either zeros or ones only, either zeros or ones only. So here what are the input devices you have to consider? That is the keyboard, scanner, joystick. Only these devices are used for the input purpose. You have to reading the data and this data you have to give an input to the computer. Computer means here you have to give in the input to the CPU, central processing unit. This central processing unit mainly we have to divide into three parts. One is the arithmetic logic unit, and second one is the control registers, and third one is the memory. So here arithmetic logic unit is mainly you have to use it for to processing the arithmetic logical operations. So after processing the logical arithmetic operations, to perform the operations you have to control registers, we have to give in the signals to how to process the data. This is all information you have to maintain by the control registers. And how to store the data? Here we can storing the data in the memory. So the memory consists either zeros or ones only. So mainly whatever the data you have to process, after processing the data or before processing the data you have to store into the memories. Generally memories you have to divide into generally you have to represent it with the two types of memories. One is the primary memory and the second one is the secondary memory. In the primary memory, so generally whenever you want to process the data you have to store at the runtime, that is you have to represent it as primary memory. Primary memory again you have to represent it random access memory and read-only memory. Random access memory mainly whenever the power is failure, automatically the data you have to lost. Whereas in the read-only memory, after power is failure, the data stored into the read-only memory. So the data you have to store permanently. You can store the data into this random memory, random read-only memory. Next one, random access memory. Again, you have to divide into two types of RAMs you have to use it in computers. One is the dynamic RAM. Second one is the static RAM. Dynamic RAM, the unexpected power failure, automatically the data is erased. But whereas in static RAM, once the data we have to store into that random access static RAMs, the data could not be modified. So next one is the read-only memory. Read-only memory again we have to represent it with the two ways. One is the programmable read-only memory and erasable programmable read-only memory. You have generally you have to use it in embedded systems. EPROMs easily you can erase the electrically you can erase the data into from this memory. EPROMs, electrically programmable read-only memory. And next one, EPROM you have to represent it with the two types of memories. One is the electrically erasable programmable read-only memory and UV EPROM. Electrically erasable programmable read-only memory and ultraviolet electrically programmable ultraviolet erasable programmable read-only memory. These are the different types of memories you have to use it in primary memory. And next one is the secondary memory. Secondary memory means you have to fix it the devices or removable devices. So here once you have to store the information, huge amount of data you can store into these devices, secondary memory devices, like fixed devices, either removable devices. Fixed devices generally you have to represent it as hard drives, hard disk drives. So you have to use generally whenever you have to store the information into the computer, mainly in the hard disk drives only. And the second one is the CD or DVD drives. So we have to large amount of data you have to store it into this CD and compact disc and DVD drives. You have to store the information. And next one is the removable devices. Removable devices mainly you have to represent, like generally you know that everyone you have to using the pen drives and Blu-ray disc. These all are related to the removable disk. So whenever you want to store the information, just you have to inserting these devices and you have to store it and you have to remove those devices. That is the removable devices. This is the overview of the hardware. And the next one, output devices. So whatever the after processing and storing the information, generally if any computer you have to giving the input as high level language, and this data you have to process it. After processing the data, again this data you have to display it onto the screen. So generally screen means that is the output devices. Here output devices are mainly you have to use, that is the monitor, and monitor means you have to screen, you have to store the information in high level language, and devices mainly you have to display the information into the monitors, and permanently you have to display the information, that is the in printed manner, that is the printers and floaters. So these are the output devices you have to use in real-time environment. So this is regarding to the hardware. So totally control overview of this hardware. And next one is the software. So again the computer you have to divide into two parts. One is the hardware and what are the components you have to use. That all concepts you have to discuss it in a hardware concept. Next one, software. So once the hardware you have to implement it, once the computer is implemented, then you have to write, logically you want to write the programs into the software only. Generally software is divided into two types. One is the system software and second one is the application software. So here in the system software mainly you have to managing the resources of the hardware components, what you have to discuss it. Those all devices you can handle with the system software only. So system software mainly you have to use the utilities, compilers, operating system. These all are comes under the system software. So here system software you have to generally you have to use the operating systems. In mobiles also you can use the operating system. Similar way you can use the computers also, you can use the operating system. Nowadays you are using the Windows 7, Windows 10. These all are operating systems you have to use. And here operating system generally you have to represent it with the two ways. One is the single user operating system and second one is the multi-user operating system. Older days you have to use the disk operating system used for the single user operating system, and nowadays most of the all operating systems you have to use the multi-user operating systems only, like Windows 7, Windows 10, all these are the multi-user operating systems. And the next one is the application software. Application software means here we can use the application software means once you have to computer is implement design and how to manage the resources, these all things once you happen, then you can implement you want to process the applications. So by using this application pro software only you can process anything like Word documents or Word processing and databases. You want to store the data, huge amount of data you can store into the databases, and languages. So you want to process what is the structure you have to represent it in languages manner. Language is a collection of programs. Program, again, you simply call it as is a collection of instructions we have to give in to the program. So these all things we have to study it in that application software. So nowadays most of the languages, all languages comes are the application softwares. So games you have to implement it. So these all the regarding to this, simply call it as application software. So this is the overview of the computer. Everybody you can understand these concepts. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.